There's nothing else on that. Said it cracked the fuck out of me. The next, last one's two. Like I said, this will go by quick. It's our county Green Party events. So their Suds Snacks and Socialism actually has been really good the last couple of times. I mean, we've always endorsed them. I recommend going out in person. Support the Starry Plow. It is always been an activist pub. I remember way back in early 2000, late 90s, early 2000s, um, back when I was doing Renaissance Fair all the time, one of the Irish Guild raised money by teaching Irish dance on Monday nights. So I used to go down Monday nights and I would play instruments or play my instruments, and they let you drink for free. So, and the food is good. The food still is very, very good. And I used to play chess with Ian McGregor, who was at the time the uh, professor of Celtic Studies at UC Berkeley and focusing on the so-called Black Irish and the escaped, the five. So people think the Amistad was the only one. There was rebellions on slave ships all the time. They just weren't good at navigating after they took over, and the boats would run ashore in places. Well, five of them ran ashore in Ireland, and they were. Ian was trying to do a study. Is that's where the whole term Black Irish comes from? The debate is that well, it could also be from the Moors when the Moors controlled Spain and people traveling and things like that too. But so Starry Paw has been an activist pub for a really, really long time. You should go. They have really good topics. My only real critique too is like there's no solution minded to the end. Every one of our fucking meetings or anything else should end with fucking stop participating. Don't go to Starbucks. Like at the very least, get rid of your Amazon subscription. And I call out Bay Resistance too, where they're talking about the Target boycott and the Home Depot boycott as if it's something that happened around ICE. That's not true. We did that, well, as we just fucking learned too, over a year ago when Trump first got into office, and they got, once they stopped promoting women and stopped promoting fucking people of the diaspora and LGBTQ folks, and started cutting wages. They call it inclusivity. I don't like to use the acronyms or whatever. Just fucking being a good person. So we've been actually boycotting all those places for a very, very long time. Walmart, that boycott's been on for decades. Fuck those people. They were the ones that came up with the only hire part-time people, and that's Hillary Clinton. That's your Democratic Party, bringing it back to alternative political parties, all that shit, same thing. Anyway, support Suds Snacks Socialism. I was not at the last week's Green Sunday. Excuse me, I think I'm catching a cold. Totally gross. Sorry about that for all the 20 people, 14 people that'll watch. But Greg, can you give us a report back?
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure. So the last Suds Snacks Socialism was about the upcoming June election. They had left unity slate candidates. That's the coalition between the Green Party and the Peace and Freedom Party. This time, I think there were mostly Green Party candidates, and then the one for May is going to be mostly Peace and Freedom Party candidates. But I think there was one Peace and Freedom Party person there, and there might be, yeah, I think there'll be one Green Party person for May. And so each candidate talked about their campaigns and, took some questions. And of course, there was a bit of, what you can do is you can help put out the alternative. You can help work with the campaigns because, that two corporate parties are just going to give you more of the same, and we're going to keep going down the rabbit hole, and we gotta push the alternative and help wake people up. So it was pretty good. Um, I think there were more people online this time and fewer people in person. It varies a lot. Sometimes there's a lot of people in person, sometimes it's more online.
Yes, I think that goes back to what we were doing the discussion too. Prices are more expensive. People don't have money. I'm
Mm,
finally, well, not finally, it's over the last couple of months, it's actually hit me really, really hard. My food bill, my grocery bill. I buy pretty much the same thing every fucking time. I'm a creature of habit, but has increased by about $225. And even my pet food bill, again, buy the same thing all the time. My pets eat the same food, has increased by about 175 on 80.
Uh,
Um, and but on a funny side, at least funny to me, is that finally, for once, the vegetable oil that my car runs on is cheaper than your fucking gas. I don't hear no shit from nobody anymore. I'm like, yep. Now when it look at now, I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, give me all that fucking veggie. All that's fucking hilarious. Um, oh, on the Green Sunday, there was a question that was came into me too. Do we pay the presenters that do it, or they do it are they all volunteer?
it's pretty much been all volunteer. There might have been something a long time ago, but certainly in the last several years, it's been all volunteer. A lot of times, people personally know the presenter, and so that makes it kind of like a personal favor or something. And they do it
Right,
for us.
right, right. Mhm. Anything else on county? Questions about the county? All right. Social media and outreach. As you know, I am still Uh, I'd started to be a facilitator, but then it seemed like the other people lost interest again because I'm wanting to, even though I said that I will facilitate however you want, but every time I go out, I go, my personal organization, what I'm looking to organize on is direct action. I would love to see a real general strike, just even a small one, right? Um, even if we have, so again, we're talking about something like Occupy, like, oh, you want to shut down City Hall for 3 days, shut down the federal building, open for 3 days, right? We're just going to take over the street, no one in or no one out. And yeah, and I've got fucking 250 people that are arrestable, you know. I have already been in contact with Cop Watch and Lawyers Guild about trying to beef up trainings for legal observers and then getting the Midnight Special Collective back, so that you have someone to call when you get arrested, and again, or just the same thing we did. Bay Resistance is not, uh, again, not receptive to that. And I'm going to, not may I or anything, to also say that is the reason why I believe, make sure I'm clear on this too, why I think and believe they have not crossed the ethnicity barrier. They are diverse in age, finally, diverse in gender, finally. And this is just rallies in general, not just Bay Resistance, just all the stuff that I've thrown myself back into. And also on faith, non-faith, and the LGBTQ plus community is really represented. And also all of the different social justice causes that are under the big umbrella, but you just don't see the folks. And I should have actually played it, but I think I definitely shared it on our social media. Somebody asked a woman at a rally, uh, Euro-American woman, elder woman, about it and came up with the best one too, saying that no, the reason, like basically, what I'm saying too, the reason we're not coming out is like, oh, I don't need to go to a rally to get harassed by cops. Like I can go out my fucking front door. I can go down the street. I can go to Foothill and have that happen. Um, but they're still, again, it's all like feel good stuff. Like, oh man, I came out, I did my part, and that's it. That'll change their minds, right? I'm not even sure if that is the strategy when, because it's all chanting, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. Okay, well, what the fuck does that mean? Does that mean just coming out to the rally? Because that's all I see. Like, I don't see any campaigns to letter writing to your elected officials or calling them or, whatever happened to, fuck, there was a website, somebody help me, that you could make your own petitions and you could
I think
send
it's still there.
uh what is change? What is it?
Yeah, change.org.
Change.org. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. But I don't see a lot of that shit either. And that's my only, again, critique about that they're just not doing it. Like they really seems that, oh, we come out and 10,000 of us came out and look at it, oh man, all over the country. And yeah, so while that happened, the 4 hours that we were out, 6 hours we were out on No Kings, no, some fifth, 4 hours, 22 people went missing on the res in that time. 30 plus women were sexually assaulted. Well, and don't even count that the all the people from the so-called alligator Alcatraz, no one knows where they are. We've never found those people. All those kids in that detention center, right? That we don't know any of this shit. All the people that got sent to countries that weren't their country of origin, we're sending them to places that are extremely brutal, like way worse than our systems here, and no one knows where they are. And just yep, that all seemed to happen in all that time for No Kings, and everybody went smiling, thought they went happy, and went back home. Got in their fucking cars, turned on their heated seats, and drove their asses back to Lafayette or Piedmont, fucking wherever the hell they're from, and the rest of us are fucking still, you know, with the boots on the neck. Fucking, I don't know. It ties into what's next too, man. Boy, the movies this season for the Greens are so apropos to fucking everything that is going on. It's just amazing. I didn't plan it that way. Well, except for the first one. Oh no, no, because no, that was last year when we did Civil War was this year. Last year was the Zone of Interest. That was planned. That one was super, super planned. It was like you said, that was the first year. That was right after the election. But everything else was like, oh, these are really, really good movies that I thought I could see it coming this way. Like, oh, this is like all of a sudden again, art is life is imitating art. It just ended up being that way. Which again just goes right into it. So we had our February movie night, and the movie nights, if you don't know, you should come. They're amazing. I should start recording those because the discussion series, not the movies obviously, but the discussions that are going on there are really incredible. They have been these last few times, have been really, really incredible. Our next movie is V for Vendetta, yeah, which is again way apropos. And remember the 5th of November, right? It's the same thing with the person in the warehouse. That's kind of what it's about. Like it's about drastic, violent measures. Although in the English Parliament blow Fox's plot, he wanted to kill all those people. He wanted to kill all the politicians. He wasn't going to clear the building out. He was trying to kill the Parliament, all the House of Lords and House of Commons. Whereas I think the warehouse fire and the wine action were just, were not designed to kill people. It was trying to make a statement, right? And he's still, again, like I said, going to go to jail for more than anyone. All that stuff too. The February movie was, fucking, hold on. I can find it so quick. I know the last one was because I know it's because it's on our social media page is the top picture. Last month, of course, was The Wall. Oh, February, The Princess Bride. Oh, so that one, well, I was able to tie The Princess Bride into fascism and stuff too, Hunker Dink and everything else too. But Princess Bride, and for the tape, we have fixed the connection issue, so there is no more fuzziness around thing. And I actually ended up pulling brand new cables out of storage to bring for the next one stuff too. We had some technical issues, and it really was just cable, which I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner. I guess because again, it's volunteer stuff, and because we would change cables out in my work every couple of years anyway. And we've been using these cables. This is our like 8th year. and normally again, maybe 2 years or whatever, we'd start at least inspect them and see if we need to repair them or anything. Anyway, so we have brand new ones. Get that out of the way too. And our next movie night, again, V for Vendetta is a big good. It's all free. People do leave donations. We have been really good still about breaking half. So the Oakland Greens, the donations we get have to pay half, but then the donations also cover the other half, and then that just goes back into the bank account to use again over and over again. Um, also at events too, we were hoping to get more promotion from the county. So like Green Sunday, not just in the, because we don't really record the actual county meetings. They're only for people who show up. We do that as well, but only for the treasury report. But I was like, oh, let's not tell the world how much money we have. It's not a lot, but it's, enough where you don't want to broadcast it, right? Like that type shit. Well, I guess especially now. But that, like during actual Green Sunday, could we make announcements about what the Oakland Greens are doing? And four, again, the tape two, to fucking reiterate too, how we do shit that doesn't get any praise. It's never going to show up on a stat sheet or anything like that because we're the ones that are putting, who is it? Is it, well, I think it is Orlando and Torga both talk about back we were handing out voter guides when again we were running lots of candidates and I had my daughter's dog with us carrying carrying voter guides and we walked around but one of the houses that I knocked on, I don't know what she had going on, but only a barrel of a gun came out of the door. And like, so we're like in the streets, literally. When Don was running for office, right? You know where we were campaigning? We were campaigning at the homeless encampments and going, hey, you can get, an address here and you can vote. You should vote. You're a resident. Everything, it's actually being houseless fucking affects you way more than it does the rest of us, what happens and what the city does. Yes, Orlando, please.
Yeah, and add to that, that's when me and Don knocked on the guy's door, and the guy tried to act like his wife slipped and fell on one of the Don advertisement, and that's when the guy pulled the gun on you. And also, the dog got tired because we put in so many voter guys that day.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
about 8 miles.
yeah. And then also mention Greg, we got voter guys coming up this May, correct?
Yeah, it'll be out the first week of May.
Okay.
Oh, that's right, for the special election. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I didn't have that on here next month for sure. Um, when I had adding, I didn't have that. But now we got it on tape too, that we will have voter guides. There is an election coming up. Um, is Butch Ware still on the ballot? Because I've seen conflicting
I
reports.
think the court, the final appeal is tomorrow or Tuesday. This is final appeal, and if he doesn't win it, then it'll be too late to print the ballots.
Well, and here's another one for the tape too. So the alternative political parties are, worthless and we just steal the votes. Then why are you trying so hard to fucking keep us off the ballot? If we're so insignificant and it doesn't fucking matter, why in the world do you spend, and it's not just here in California, they do it all across the goddamn country, right? After the 2016 and we gained all that ground, Michael, again, rest with the ancestors, was big on that and helping out with the paperwork and legal states around the country with all the legal fights. So that, oh, we're insignificant, but fuck you, man. I hate that shit. Fucking boy, man. Sorry, fucking too. Um, oh, another big one. So we now, even though it will be a more of a comedy show event, usually back in the day, and up until well, this was all pre-pandemic. All of the donation-based free community events were all also led to a big November event. We had Rosa Clemente, we had Tracy Rosenberg, we do these things too. So we're back now, and they're going to keep doing that, back to that format, to having a big November event, and it's going to be a comedy show. The name of the show is Just Try to Make Me Laugh, humor in a time of fascism. And so I just updated the the lineup, and these are all confirmed. So we have Danielle Arce as our headliner. Then we have local comedians Lael Gold. We have Nina G, who is also part of the Comedians with Disabilities tour. Cece, who is a local comic that I actually got turned on to on New Year's Eve when I went out for my comedy night on New Year's Eve. They're also from the Bay Area. And yeah, and so I just got, if you look on the Eventbrite page, I updated all of the lineup. And then we're still waiting, and I'm still sure only confirmations because they're, definitely friends of mine. Back even again from the Sports for Kids days, Brian Hicks. But he's also busy. He's actually on tour. Well, he may be back from Thailand, but he was on too. So at first, too, this started out as going to be just an, all new up and coming. It was just going to be again, just an extra community event. But then we had some backlash from a group that does the comedy shows there on Saturday nights that they do every Saturday. It's something you should attend. Again, dare I also say too, they had just won Best of the East Bay and it's in the game store, but they won Best of the East Bay for comics, and they're getting a lot more established comedians now. Ironically, possibly, it started also around the same time we started promoting them as well. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I'd like to think that it did. But there was, and it was, the problem is that they came across very unprofessional and very personally rude to me. And we tried to discuss it. This is the first time we're actually putting this out publicly too, because I was really trying not to. I was trying to keep it in-house. But then further emails came that were very rude. And we tried to figure it out, and I wanted to do a virtual meeting. And then it was suggested to do it in person. And I was like, well, no, I think it's better to do it. And only because it has been so rude in previous communications that I'd rather do it virtually, so that if I am having a bad day and I feel something and I don't want to take it defensive, I could either bow out, we can come out another day and not have to be in person. Because it was one of those situations where if a non-diaspora person was to talk to me and say the things that were said in emails, yeah, that's as my mother says, no one's above getting their ass cussed out. No one's above a fucking verbal lashing. And so I was trying to avoid that, but I've never ever heard back or anything. So, but then because of all that, my friend who also performed there, like, oh, we start talking about it. And then they're like, oh, isn't that where you do your volunteer stuff? It's like, absolutely. Yeah, we've been at the game store forever when we were doing in-person meetings and everything else. And like, oh, shit. So then and it became a real thing with established comedians. And I will be the only virgin up there doing their first stand-up set ever. And also for today, I am not a comedian. That's actually going to be my opening remark on the beginning of my set. I just like experiences. I'm not a guitarist either, but I learned how to tune a guitar when I was on tour. So that way I could say, I tuned James Taylor's guitar. I tuned Ace Frehley's guitar. Going on tour with these big, huge people and getting just actually more recently when Earth, Wind and Fire and Lionel Richie were here. One of the road managers and techs were from Philly. I'm originally from Philadelphia. The talking and telling what I did, I got called back early and was able to go and take down Earth, Wind and Fire's keyboard. Right? My mother was so proud of me that when that happened. So just having experiences, and I was like, oh, I've always wanted to do a stand-up. So stand-up has definitely saved my life over and over and over again, kept me sane. And I love all these comedians. They're all comedians that I follow, and follow, I don't like that word either. Comedians I support. And I enjoy their humor, and I'm glad that they share it with the world. So that is in November 29th. It's all up on Eventbrite. We're already promoting it over the place. Start coming to our events. Let people know they're completely free. Even the event, the comedy night, even though they're big name comics, Nobody has to pay. Dinner included. For the November event, it is 18 and up. You can come younger, but you have to have your parents with you because it's going to be a lot of adult themes and there's going to be a lot of intoxication. I know I will be. And it is bring your own intoxicants too, BYOB, as it were. Yeah, please show up. Any questions about rallies? No. Any announcements?
We
No.
said we're gonna do a Don update.
I am. We're going to do that off camera.
Okay, got you.
And with that, too, that takes us to the end of our recorded session. These are open to the public. If you want to hear the Treasury report or everything that's said in non-recorded session, right? The link is in our pin to our Facebook page. It will be on the website when I get energy. But again, it always goes out again on social media and emails for people to come in and you can hear what we have to say. That will end our recording.